What you talking about? You know? It's like my energy dispersed. It's like God bring it back. And it's like I get attacked. I get attacked by a lot of people. You'll be amazed who I get attacked by. You'll be amazed. And God let it be. Allow it. And then God come through. Cause this guy playing now. This guy playing now. I'm God's child. I need to quit saying that. I say that all the time. But anyway, so it's like I'm like Michael Jackson. When that energy come, God might be like, void my son, or bend around my son. So it's like the energy just go around me like I'm Michael Jackson, and when the wind blowing and the clothes is going out, like when you go, oh, yeah, just like that right there. It's like the energy go, the demons be going, and go back to the sender, bro. But I feel that a lot of y'all are going through some trials and tribulations. I'm not. I'm in my purpose. As bad as it might look, I feel great, actually. Real good. Because who better hands to be in than God hands? But if you are going through something, you need to realize, it's like when I first got out the street, when we first get out of the sinful life, it's like we gotta pay for what we've been doing. That's what we need to be praying for, and I hope that God have mercy on us and relieve that, because it's like you ain't gonna be able to get a job, you ain't gonna be able to get a friend to help you, nobody gonna help you. Shit, you might feel like you gotta go to a shelter, whatever. Endure. That's fine. That's all good. God know you doing all that. Because it's like you did all this to do whatever you were doing to get by. Now you must pay for your sins. So that little window of time, you're just gonna pay for your sins, and by the grace of God, it ain't gonna be that long. If it all depends on how you handle it. Just like the previous message that I just put on here. Just how you handle it. Like, just like I said about when you ask God for a lover. That same thing goes with everything else. You just gotta just visualize it, y'all. Just think about it. Okay, I did all this and this and this. That's what's gonna hurt you. You're gonna be like, man, God did notice it. Yeah, and God wants you to pay for it. You slept with this person, you did this with that person, you did that with that person, you killed this person. For that right there, for that right there, well, you gotta pay for that. By the grace of God, some of y'all might not even be in prison for the things you did, and you should have been in prison for what you done. But what you finna realize and what you finna find out is that nothing goes unnoticed. So with that being said, we all experiencing the fact that justice never went nowhere. Rather the physical, in this case, you won't, by the time God get done with all of us, in this case, you want the physical to serve the proper justice. Because if they don't do it, God gonna do it. And you getting it done to you without, it could be more severe. You never know. Even though you are out of prison, it could be more severe because, okay, you get yourself over to God. Okay, well, God seen what you were doing. You were supposed to go to prison for what you were doing. And now you try to skip prison for what you were doing, but you still going to have to pay for what you've been doing. No matter who you is, female, beautiful, I'm too sexy for my shirt, none of that matter. God is energy. We energy, y'all. We in a vessel having an experience. That's it. Don't get full of yourselves. Some of us just got better vessels than other vessels. That's what we think. Not knowing that we just incarnated from animality. You know what I'm saying? One of the first, I don't want to go there. I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna go too deep. I'm trying not to go that deep right now. But, so it's like embrace it. You see, that was your trials and tribulation that you skipped the first time. That was the problem the first time. You skipped that, and God needed you to go through that to remodify you. God needed you to go through that to remodify you. God needed you to go through them trials and tribulations to build you, to build your character, and you skipped it. The problem is that everything that you want in your life, everything that you been asking for in your life, 9 times out of 10, God already knows what you've been wanting in your life, because God knows you better than you do. And so God created you. So whatever drawing you, whatever keep drawing you towards it, then obviously God knew that too. But in order for you to get to that, you got to go through these trials and tribulations, which don't look good. You might have had to go to a job and work like I did. You might have had to go to a job. I had to suffer when I left them streets. Because why? Why did I gotta suffer? In our little peanut brain, we thinking we had to go to the streets. We had to suffer. So we had to go to the streets so we didn't have to suffer. And that was the only way we could feed our kids, our family, and put shoes and clothes on our back. But what did you do to the streets? You caused the streets to suffer so you wouldn't suffer. So you just made karma on top of karma. Either way it go, now your journey gonna be longer. These are the detours that I was explaining earlier. These are the detours that I've been explaining. So it's not the delays. Sometimes might not even come from man, probably not even magic. The delays probably typically start with us making these decisions to deal with these people, to deal with this. I'm telling you, by the time y'all realize how we supposed to walk with God, everybody gonna realize in the world, you come into this world by yourself and you leave out this world by yourself. Cause it all makes sense. Like a little small example. You with somebody, your energy good, your karma good, but you don't know they might be a friend. They karma awful, but you don't know it. Now you gonna have to share. When typically you wouldn't get pulled over by the cop, but now all of a sudden you got pulled over by the car. Not only did you get pulled over by the cop, you didn't know this clown was dirty, and both of y'all went to jail. You see how that worked? And he gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry. And most friends that talk like that, that's the reason they ain't got nothing. They ain't got no car, they ain't got nothing going for themselves. No offense to your friends out there, I ain't got nothing. No offense to your friends, I got one friend, God. That's it. No offense to your friends out there. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been in the streets my whole life. What they at? Find out something good about you and sacrifice you, put you in a box, entomb you. I think entomb means when they done sacrifice their souls. Sold their soul to sacrifice you. I'm telling you, let's get deep now. Oh, your friend got all they gotta do is go to a woman. For a man, say all they gotta do is go to a baddest woman, and then women say, "Hey, come here, you hang with buddy, you hang with sis." Ooh, baby, I didn't know you hang. We know you, we love you, and he gonna be like, "Man, you ain't never loved me. But what's up then, though, shawty?" You know how they get. What's up then, shawty? Yeah, shawty. Yeah, shawty. And they gonna probably be with them. Be with them. And love being with them. Yeah, shawty, yeah. And then they gonna be, what, you think you can get some hair? Let me buy your friend clippers. Let me get his shoes, if you don't mind. And then she gonna have 3 bad, beautiful women around her saying, yeah, we just playing a little joke. We just a little joke. I'm telling you, I done been through the worst, bro. Man. And they go vice versa. And next thing you know, you really got bad karma. You feel like you ain't got no karma. Not only do you not got no karma, you running from karma. You be like, man, why you keep attacking me? I'm not the one to be attacking. Not knowing they just gave you bad energy, man. And they took your energy. You can't deal with nobody, bro. People gonna have to prove their loyalty in the future now. People gonna have to stand up and people gonna have to work. But anyway, let's get back to the facts. So y'all trying to make a difference. Y'all trying to make a move. Don't, you know, nobody can help you do this but yourself. You come into this world by yourself and you leave out of this world by yourself. God is the only thing need to be helping you. That's the purpose in it. So you go down this road, you quit what you've been doing, you quit all this you've been doing, and you say, okay, I'm finna go change my life. Especially if you're a woman, what you don't know is, whatever you've been doing, you finna pay for that first before you even think about being able to change your life. And that means you finna have to go through them trials and tribulations. Whatever made you go to this first so you can skip this. You can't skip trials and tribulations because this is what remodified you. This is what builds your character. So you got something you want to do in your life. There's something you've been wanting to do in your life. Ever since you've been born, you've been wanting to do this in your life. But what you didn't know is you had to go through them trials and tribulations in order to be able to do that in your life. So that's how that works. So you still asking for the same thing. You still want the same thing because you programmed to be wanting to do that once you got here. So it ain't just like you just wanting this. It's because you probably need to do this. And when you get into this, somehow you might even get in your purpose once you done got into this. Or why God built you here in the first place. So it's going to be trial and tribulation here too, but not as bad because you're going to know how to deal with them. And you're going to be thankful to deal with them. Because like for me, trials and tribulation is a different day. Pretty good. Let me know I'm still alive, still breathing. I breathe out. I still breathe. So you come back here, it's different. You hate it, can't stand it. But you're going to get brutalized. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get tore up real bad. They're going to really put it on you. Everybody going to put it on you. The lover that's supposed to love you don't love you, you just realize it. The friend that's supposed to love you don't love you, you just realize it. The family that's supposed to love you don't love you, you just realize it. And they're going to be putting it on you. And they already were putting it on you. But now you notice how they've been putting it on you. And you notice because of the way they've been putting it on you, that's why you've been struggling lonely. See, I'm not the one that's going to come here like the last legend y'all did. We need you to keep us pumped up. Ain't no keeping you pumped up. You finna pump yourself up. Ain't no keeping you pumped up. Y'all know how I get there. Calm down. Ain't nobody playing out there, bro. Ain't no keeping you pumped up. You gonna pump yourself up. It ain't you. What you think somebody gonna recharge you? You sound like my old exes. You need to recharge. No, you gonna learn from this, grow from this, go through the briar patch because of this, and when you get through going through the briar patch because of this, after you done grow from this, I guarantee you not only is you not going to want to hear me, but you ain't even going to want to see me. That's how people always did me. I rebuilt them, remodified them, got them better, put them in better shape. Credit score went from 300 to 678 or 778, and now they sitting there, don't even want to talk to me. I ain't even going to go around. Who programmed us to be so late? We've been deprogrammed and reprogram, and now we're gonna have to deprogram again, reprogram, so we can be reformed by God. Trials and tribulation again. The Bible speaks highly of trials and tribulation. That's why you can't skip trials and tribulations. Most of us, like myself, I skip trials and tribulation by going to the street. You know what I'm saying? And whether the other G's want to admit it or not, that was my problem. I can get my money fast this way, but I had to hurt my people to do that. I had to realize that, but I didn't even realize that until I went through my trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't no, what it is, y'all finna start falling back off social media. You just see it. You already know what's going on. Because you finna have to go through some struggles. You're not going to be able to look good with the face chip with or without the face chip no more. You're not going to be able to feel good no more for a while. Because now you got to be broken down and redefined. See what I'm saying? All of us, rich, wealthy, poor, white, Indian, Chinese, it doesn't matter. Because we all been skating down this road for too long where we done made injustice justice. And it's incorrect. And it need to be corrected because at the end of the day, Satan, humans, none of them own this earth. This is God planning. And what God say goes. I'm watching my father just remodify and spin it. Just like that. And we're going from dimension to dimension. It's like, I need the best of each dimension so I can make one great dimension. Ain't nobody playing with you. Catch up. That's the best y'all can do is catch up, man. You start me sitting right here broken, whatever, a pot to piss in, ain't no one to throw it out of, not realizing I'm ahead. I'm way ahead. Cause we gotta put the real eyes in now and realize, man, we got all this, we really behind. When it comes to the divine, yeah. Last in line, you better know it. You better know unless God gave it to you. Unless God gave it to you. Because them distractions. And as long as you got those kind of distractions, you're not going to pay attention to your fractions. You know? They're distractions. You see how my hair doing? Ancestors. But they distractions. So you going through something that's rough, feel rough, finna get rougher than that. It's gonna get a lot rougher than that. It's gonna get so rough to the point that when you come out of this situation, you're gonna actually be a woman or a man. You ain't gonna have to go to your parent. When you go to your parent, you're gonna go to eat Sunday dinner. That's it. You're going to be able to make your own calls in your life, actually. You're going to be able to actually say no to temptation. Really. You're going to be able to do this for real, for real. And you're going to be standing up so strong and tall just because you finally decided to go through your trials and tribulations. And the key is when you go through these trials and tribulations, you have to go through them with God. And in my case, what I want to make sure I do is that not only do I want to go through my trials and tribulations with God, but once I feel like I'm done with I feel like you're never done with trials and tribulations, but once I feel like I'm done with these trials and tribulations, I want to hold God on and being the guy and be with God even more. Even if I somehow in my peanut brain feel like I don't need God. And I ain't even thinking about getting like that. So even once I get through these trials and tribulations, and these trials and tribulations done subside, even more now do I love God. And I started practicing that in my early 30s, mid-20s. Whether I had a nice car, or whether I had nice things, or didn't have nothing at all, I still made sure that I showed love to God. And this time I know how to do it properly. So I'm gonna see to it that I do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? But the last time, it was just, I was still of the streets. I had my Bible, I read, I gave time to God, but I was of the streets. So I was basically lukewarm. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I want to say so bad that I ain't have a choice, but I'd be a lie. I'd be telling lies if I said that. I just couldn't see right. And we got to own up to that. And that's why I told this story back in the day that I always had to go back and ask people to forgive me. And a lot of them had already died. Because I seen the controversy I put into their family and relationship. I seen the damage that I've done in their relationship. And I knew that they probably wouldn't have had them controversy and problems in their relationship if I wouldn't have never intervened somehow. I know how it feels to sleep with somebody's woman. I know the impact on that relationship after I done such a thing. I know about all that. It ain't many people's shoes that I ain't put my feet in. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all out there. That's why I say I walk with God. You go through your trial and tribulation, you might lose everything you got. I did. All the way down to my child. And it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. But how can somebody lose as much as I had and still right here, right now in this moment, still ain't got nothing, but love God this much? Because now it's in me to love God, not only love God, but to be more and more like God every day. I ain't got to do a lot of stuff that a lot of people feel like they got to do every day just to show people they love God. You going to know I love God by when temptations come around. When I got to make a decision. When big things really happening and I ain't folding under pressure. When the beautifulest woman in the world in my face. You going to know I love God then. But before in the middle of all that, before all that start to come to play, you going to think I'm just a regular guy. I ain't going to sit here and keep just do this with God, just do that. You do it with God. You can't move the speck out of somebody else's eye, the plank out of somebody else, the speck out of somebody else's eye, and not realize the plank in your own eye. I don't do all that because I want God to tell me that I'm doing good. Because God will tell you that. Your ancestors will tell you you're doing good with God. Keep going. Your ancestors will. And I got something to tell y'all to the tarot community. This might help y'all. To those of y'all, when you read calling the energy, the answer ain't coming out right, you can try saying elaborate when you shuffle them. If it don't come out right, just give it time. Elaborate. And it should match up with what they were trying to tell you. But anyway, that's how it's subject. But but yeah, that's the way it go, y'all. I gave myself to God a long time ago. That's how I know so much about the man body and stuff, because I gave my sexual desires to God first, and when I did that, I literally just and your body, it's like they put gifts up, and they take them out, give them back to you, replace, put them back, take them out. For me, I'm an angel though. I don't know if that works for everybody. That's what we showing y'all. All y'all attacks blow around me like wind. And that's why I keep, you step on my feet, I step on your feet back. And I be like, let's see what you got then. Cause this is interesting to me. And that's how y'all gonna be. This is what trials and tribulation did to me. It built me. It built my character. It remodified me and made me into the man I want to be, and into a better man that I need to be. It's leading me to that direction. You can't buy me off. Don't get me wrong, I'm a businessman, but you're gonna have to come at me like a businessman. You can't do all this new generation young shit house. You can't do that with me. You're gonna have to come to the table. My table, I ain't got y'all table, but I got my own little table. You're gonna have to come and reduce paperwork. I believe in paperwork. And I ain't talking about on the phone at all. I need stuff I can put in a safe. Then we'll go to the phone, the gadgets. Cause I got a backup. See, I ain't the one that know. I ain't the kind of person that want a house and don't know how to buy a house. Okay. Peace and love out there.